As much as foraging has always interested me and like the apocalypse books have always interested me, I've never wanted to group myself in with being like a prepper because they just remind me of like the beans and bunker preppers that like build all these sorts of crazy hideouts, or like the doomsday preppers on that horrible show that they had for a while. And that's not what I want to emulate. I want to be practical and reasonable about prepping and sustainability, so I've never really wanted to get into that. But we've hit kind of a really weird point in this world. So today I'm going to share with you my get home bag, which is kind of like a bug out bag, but this one is built for a specific reason. When it comes to building any kind of bug out bag, you're going to want to build it according to your mission that you're trying to accomplish. So this bag is built specifically for just a couple days travel. I built it around the idea of civil disobedience or civil discourse and running into those kind of things, like maybe a protest that got out of hand, having freeways blocked and not being able to get home or move my vehicle, things of that variety that I could see arising as civil unrest continues. I built mine to be able to not only protect myself, but to try and help other people if the need arises. So let's run you through the contents of this bag. First and foremost, I want to say that the bag that I use doesn't look like a tactical bag, because anything that looks tactical, especially if you're going into areas of civil discourse, where there's going to possibly be military or police, is going to make you look like a target. So I don't do that because I don't want to be a target. I want to just take care of myself and my fellow civilians. First thing I have is some dry rations. I love these little like kits. I want to make sure everything is shelf stable and lightweight and very easy to carry with me, and I can eat directly out of the package or with very little preparation. This is also great to have in a bag if you have like an emergency bag in which you're going to be prepping for like inclement weather, potentially getting snowed in, things like that. I also keep some menstrual supplies on me, so those are also in there, and that's in my first pocket. Always have a water bottle on you. Always have fresh water. I also have, this is my second pocket, I'm going to keep extra socks, including wool socks, because they're going to stay warm no matter what. Extra underwear. I have in this pocket, I also have goggles in case there's any kind of pepper spray or any kind of irritant or anything of that variety that could be in the air in cases of civil discourse or rioting. Then I start to get into some emergency supplies that are like a little less practical. I have a full fire blanket, and that is to be able to put out any kind of fires that are started. I also have 2 emergency blankets in case things get really cold or somebody goes into shock and need. I keep a package of wet wipes in this. I keep a pop-up bowl to be able to pour water into for my pets, or if I need to pour anything in myself. Holy shit, my hair is a wreck. I keep a fire starting kit. This has a flint, matches, a lighter, and some fire starts in it, and they are double in a waterproof bag. Into some of the first aid because I have a lot. I have, in the more extreme cases, I have this like zip tie closure that's for really bad gashes. I have a basic first aid kit that just has gauze and band-aids and butterfly closures in it. I have a triangle sling that's for splints and things of that variety. I carry a tourniquet, and I also have just a regular arm splint, and then I have heating patches and a couple of like pain patches. I have tape. I have a tiny little pill box. It has the medicines labeled on the outside. I have sinus allergy, caffeine, and ibuprofen, just basic painkillers, nothing super crazy. And I do have some quarters in here in case I need to access any kind of machine that requires quarters. I keep petroleum jelly in my pack for anything like cracked lips or burns or things of that variety that need it, but also it's going to burn very slow. So you can put it on anything cotton, light it on fire, and start a fire if you need to. I keep a secondary wallet that has emergency contacts in it. I also use all the little storage spaces within it to store extra things. This is like a mini sewing kit. It's just a piece of cardboard, and it's got a couple different types of thread. It's got some rubber bands, and then it's got some additional closures, and then there's a piece in here that has needles tucked in. I have a variety of tapes tucked into this wallet. I have duct tape, I have electrical tape, and I have masking tape. These are wrapped onto like a sticker paper, but if you wrap them onto themselves, that's how they come on a tape roll. So you can just wrap them flat to fit in a wall. I have a flashlight. I keep an N95 mask in here. I carry pepper spray and sometimes have on me secondary defense depending on what state I'm in. Check your local laws. I keep a Swiss Army knife that has a bunch of different little gadgets on it. Corkscrews, knives, screwdrivers, all sorts of things like that. I keep an extra blade box cutter because it's useful. These little multi-tool cards that I'll probably never use in my life, but I thought they were really cool, so I got them. It's got little knives and little blades. It's got hooks and stuff for fishing. Am I gonna do that in this kind of bug out bag? No, probably not, but they're super rad, so I put it in here anyway, and you can get all different types of them. I always carry a couple of plastic bags because you never know when you're going to freaking need them until you need them, and then you don't have them. When I grew up in Wisconsin, we even used these to like line our boots or wrap around the outsides of our shoes or the insides of our shoes when it was super snowy out. We didn't want to get our feet wet. But not least, and probably one of the most important things I carry in my kit, is a water purification kit. This one is iodine drops that you use to purify your water. They taste like shit. But if you're gonna be walking home, like this bag is built to do, it's built to take me like on a 2 or 3 day walk home. Potentially a worst case scenario, right? I'm going to need water. There's a chance that I won't always have access to clean water. So if there's something like a stream, I can use iodine tablets to purify my water. You can also stop and boil your water, but then you're starting a fire. It's going to take longer to get home. And also, depending on the scenario, that's not always an option. So I really like having the iodine tablets on me. You can also keep a life straw on you, and those are super, super useful. But if they freeze, they're fucked and you can't use them again. I've kept kits like this in my car since I got my car. My uncle bought me my first emergency kit that had just like really simple things like emergency blanket, flares, things like that in it. I think these are really useful to have. Again, with the state of things being as they are, I've just decided to kind of expand and build myself a bigger bag, and I thought this kind of information would be really useful for people. So if at any point in time, with things the way they are, again, if I have traffic gets stopped and I have to leave my car, or there is some sort of like protest going on and it turns really bad because, you know, somebody might have said they're going to try to make protesting illegal, I want to be able to have things on me that if I have to leave on foot, I'm going to be safe. If somebody needs medical attention or I need medical attention, I'm going to have the bare minimum. If it takes me a day or two to find my way home, I'm going to have the things I need to be able to keep me sustained. This was really long, but I hope it was helpful, and that's all I got for you today. As always, make sure that you keep yourself protected. This absolutely isn't a video encouraging anybody to do anything illegal, but just be prepared for the worst. In other news, also always carry cash on you, because if you can't pay for things with a credit card, or you can always carry valuables that can be traded. That's an option.